Hello, everybody. Welcome to my fourth match of Dominion League Season 44 here against Burning Skull. I have Labyrinth and Ironworks, so that's usually a... Wait, yeah, Labyrinth is that one. Okay, that's usually a thing. I guess you'd probably go Ironworks Lookout here. Mission could see some play. For sure. There's a lot of good force to gain here, mainly the caravans, and then eventually, like, some mountain passes. Some number of patrons isn't insane, but, not going too crazy. I'm not sure I bother with the lurkers, though. And also, Charm doesn't look like that good here. There are some nice gains. Like a Charm Paddock pickup is okay. And some of the 4 pairs are okay. But those may already be kind of gone. And then Noble's Gold is okay. So maybe 1 charm, but I kind of don't see a super heavy charm happening. Though, I'm not totally sure. Not a great draw for me. Pretty bad reveal as well. Do have $4 in this next hand. Probably get a patron. I'm not. The second lookout may pay off for B School. He gets a better trash than me for sure. I think I'm not gonna add the second lookout, but see how it goes. Yeah, I didn't get the Labyrinth points, unfortunately. They've also top decked their lookout again. Yeah, I might have taken a lurker if I guess they had 2 lookouts, so that wasn't like too surprising or anything. I might have taken a lurker if it was worth 2 points, but I'm not like really gunning for him otherwise. I could have gone mission on my turn as well. This is a good mission turn for B Skull. This is an okay shuffle to trigger, in all honesty. We're pretty good. I don't really have a great chance of doing much with the lurker at this point. Unfortunately. Probably he's in a good spot. With the additional trashing. B Skull does go for the lurker. Here, I guess it's for me between charm or nobles. I think I'd do the charm first. And this would be a point to consider. Well, I didn't get to play any caravans there, which was quite unfortunate. Those bottom decking is going to hurt quite a bit here. He's also gonna, bottom decking the ironworks meant I didn't get to split labyrinth. Basically on the back of my first reshuffle, and then him, he chose not to take it one time as well. I don't love the third ironworks. Or the third lurker, really. To be perfectly honest. This was pretty mad. This is basically this hand is basically on the back of not drawing any caravans at the top of the other shuffle. To bottom deck 3 was pretty unfortunate, and more or less forced this turn into a pretty, it was okay. The lookout hit was nice, but still kind of a garbage turn. This points difference is just going to be tough, though. I think. Well, it's not so much that. It's the thinness issue. Right now, my advantage is basically charms. May or may not represent a significant advantage. It may be that I need to start taking provinces pretty soon here as a way of putting a little pressure on him. Since it's probably the area. Okay, I need to think about my trashes. There is an estate down in there, but I don't know how many coppers. This is quite a few of the coppers. I mean, I have to play it, but it could be sad. I mean, it was pretty much a have to play it, but there's Charm and Ironworks left. So I bottom deck Charm and Ironworks, which is, of course, not what you want. I was gonna say I really need to find the nobles. But we did, so all's well that ends well. We didn't find the patron, which is a bit sad, but anyway, I have 8. 10 with 2 buys. Or we can take another gold nobles pair. I guess we could do nobles mission as well. I don't really know what that does for me particularly. The paddocks are pretty good. I'm a little jealous of the paddocks, though. Of course, they take a little bit of time to spin up. They're not like way better than nobles plus gold, I guess. I feel like I need to be in the double province kind of range. Or at least adjacent to that. I don't know if they have enough overdraw to just end it on a mission turn. They might. It might be close to it anyway. In which case I should have just promised. Though that probably didn't score enough. No, that wouldn't. I mean, if they can end it, they can end it and beat Province. For sure. Is able to bottom deck Copper. So if they put in... They could probably try... I don't know if they'll have the draw to empty the Ironworks. Or the Lurkers. They're not, like, too far off of it, though. Again, I'm really living and dying by finding a nobles here. Bureaucrat, okay. I have literally one estate. I guess I have, I guess there's other stuff too, but... This isn't quite it. As far as the nice... Another dollar would have been very nice. Either for going province nobles or for whatever. This is not really that nice. Province nobles gold, I mean. Or double province would have been pretty nice. So that's definitely unfortunate. And there's more money. I mean, there's like Mountain Village nobles and some coppers down in here. Like I could go province duchy paddock. Whether that's worth it. The bureaucrat is so weird to me, I think. Maybe it was just plain lurker for fun. I don't know. Maybe they're not going to actually pick it up, but I feel like you can just throw something useful in there. So it's either just province nobles. Maybe that's it. I'm a little bit worried about 3 piles this way. I mean, the bureaucrats can hit for sure. I have the nobles and other stuff now. Maybe that he can go like province mission and pile out. That seems definitely possible. Well, patron gain is not doing that for sure, so. Not that I'm saying the patron gain is bad, I just mean it's not indicating trying to pile out. Probably not anyway. I don't know if you have the overdraw. They have 4 gains they can do this turn. So the question is there they don't have any horses right now. I don't have any idea what the play of the nobles is for. I guess they play enough. I don't think they play enough patrons that it mattered. I guess they just wanted to click them. Because you still could have. I don't think they played 2 nobles for actions and they had 2 actions at the end. So I don't really know what that was for, but it didn't matter. I probably cannot play Lookout at this point. They're I mean, basically at this point they're gonna pile. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's still basically it's gold, silver. I wasn't gonna have the overdraw to pile, unfortunately. That was never. Gonna be it. I probably should have tried to get in a position where I could do that, but it's like here if I could, I mean that I can't even score enough, so. I guess I have sort of better touchy gaining. The issue for me is just gonna be they can probably pile out. I mean, the real issue for me right now is probably just that they can win this turn if they think about it and do it. That seems like a pressing issue. I guess there's some like really bizarre pile out possibilities. Or not pile out dud possibilities, but they're pretty incredibly unlikely. The estate gains do help, so I don't know why they gain an estate. Maybe their hand was bad. They have a bunch of horses now, so I mean, I guess maybe it was to trigger horse is on top. You don't need to play the I guess if you have a mountain village, you want to play the paddocks, but until you have the mountain village, it doesn't actually matter. I don't know. He's just clicking cards. Like, that's totally fine too, of course. I'm like nitpicking his play order of playing cards he didn't need to play to win, but I mean, it makes perfect sense, of course, to click the paddocks. It doesn't hurt in any way. All right. So I think at the start I had a worse first shuffle than him, but in general he played the board probably a little bit more than me, or a little better. I don't think he did it all of it great, because there is some tension there between being able to get provinces and doing the mission stuff, but I don't know. I mean, his balance of it, his side of it looked better than mine. And I probably had one bad shuffle with bottom deck caravans that probably cost me half a turn, but I did top deck nobles, so probably made up and then some in terms of average results for my deck, because I did draw nobles a couple times at the top of shuffles, which made a big difference and kind of made it look like I was still in the game, even though I probably wasn't. Okay, I guess this is like governor stuff. I mean, with a bunch of other things too, but we should just do Silver Doctor. I mean, you can do the Night Watchman thing too. Really want to buy a 5. I get lucky. I get quite lucky. Captain is pretty playable, as per usual. I don't think Haunted Woods is super good, though it's not bad. Probably takes a captain. Gets a good overpay. This is a little tough, right? I don't know that I want to give him any of this stuff. We find Doctor, this could be kind of nice. We didn't find Doctor. That's not so nice. If we had reshuffled into the captain, maybe we would have had something. This could go... Ooh, thin, very thin. Just has to buy CSM. I'm definitely not giving money now. That would be kind of terrible. He does have estates though, so I can't really remodel either. This is a lot of coppers. That was a good trash considering. My governor is kind of stupid. I mean, plus 3 cards is okay. Like, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I do at some point need to figure out. I guess this was probably the estate hand. I mean, in any remodel I do is pretty likely to give them something quite nice. 2 candlestick. I mean, you don't want 2 candlestick makers. I mean, you just don't. I don't know what to say. It's not the worst thing, but this is pretty bad. Well, I mean, what do we got? I've trashed 2 coppers. And an estate. So there's an estate. 2 estate, 2 coppers, silver, captain. Okay, that was the best outcome. I'm not even sure if I want to see them. Just because silvers are a little nicer for everything. No, for like a remodel target probably. The CSMs are okay though. You can get destriers. I will need to do. I'm not convinced by this, but I guess I'm gonna do it. For some reason, I thought this was a little different than what it is. I got confused, but that's okay. So there's 1 copper, 1 estate, 1 gold, 1 CSM. Ooh, we didn't find the CSM, which is sad. Do I think the diplomats will fully run? How many captains I buy is sort of dependent on that. They could get pretty low. Oh, that's not a very good turn. Well, it's not a very exciting turn anyway. Okay, there's estate. Estate, copper, silver, gold, captain. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, does he... well, of course I did have Way of the Ox. I didn't find captain, which is bad. Not good anyway. I was very lucky. With my copper names a couple times. Internal error. It said that for a moment. I don't know why. Okay, this is quite a 5-2. Jeez. I guess there's in theory a couple things, but I'll probably just take the old witch. I mean, you could do Natalie. It's not out of the question. And maybe even better, I don't know. If Natalie could gain 4s, you would do it for sure, but they didn't find their page. That's good. I may have I mean there is some considerations not doing old witch because of the chances of this kind of collision. I mean, I haven't collided them yet, but reasonably good chance of doing so. Though obviously cursing them is pretty cool, all things considered. And I lucked out, so it's kind of hard to get the lamp popped here. This sounds crazy to me. I'm kind of thinking about crypt. I mean, if I draw it on an old witch turn, it's super good. I mean, it's good for lamp, it's good for... The wishes are kind of bad until you have champion. Bad probably isn't the word, but there's not a spammable 5 or even a good like 4 that you can just pick up mid-turn and keep your turn going with it. If you have champion, then Old Witch, of course, is like nutty good, but otherwise it's a little bit underwhelming. We'll see if they get a second page. I think that's reasonable. We do find the crypt with this, so that's nice. I wonder if they'll just take innovation. Well, you win some, you lose some, right? This could be a cavalry. I guess the cantrip is probably as good as anything. If we had drawn a copper off this rather than the treasure hunter, we would have been in really great shape. We're probably still in pretty good shape. He didn't trash, so. So it's, I mean, it is a hard, my deck composition is certainly awkward. For moving the travelers, right? Smithies at the start when you're trying to move page through is not, the page line through is not that friendly. Yes, they didn't activate. But see, the thing is, they're just, well on their way to, I need to do it this way, unfortunately, and I could still fail. This is so gross. This is the kind of the problem, right? Do I want a second treasure hunter? Probably not at the moment. I do need to get innovation for sure. This is gonna be gross, actually. But I literally don't have another option. Can buy a mini point aqueduct. Obviously, the answer here isn't another crypt, but it's what I'm gonna do. I don't think that's worth it. It's great points, but it just doesn't matter for how this game is going to go. One of us is going to, probably him, but one of us is going to get to the end just way faster. I could have got my this was a really, really good turn. I could have got lamp popped there, but I mean, we're not 3-piling. We're gonna 2-pile probably. Well, no, he'll probably have hero or champion up before that matters. So we'll empty cavalries. But no other pile is going to empty. So I think he could have taken that at his leisure, but not then. Not right before a shuffle. Like, why then? I don't like it. It probably will not come back to bite him since he's getting the champion up considerably faster. There is like some world where this doesn't go quite like this for me. I mean, I certainly made my bed. I also can't activate here because I have 2 crypts, which is kind of funny. I don't know if there is a world where I come out of this okay. I mean, I have a ton of silvers. That's not, you know, those things you so desperately wanted. But he's gonna have he's gonna just buy cavalries basically over and over. And he has an old witch too, so I'm gonna take a couple I'm gonna take probably 2 or 3 curses, maybe more. He didn't get to 4 here, which was nice, because otherwise the turn will keep going. I mean, I could just buy a province, which in some sense is completely awful. But I also have nothing doing. Close to nothing doing. If I find the cavalry here, play it, cycle through, and if I draw the champion at like the top of the shuffle with like a wish activation. I needed to activate wishes. I could have done it that one turn. I should have done it then, because I think if I don't have those in the deck for grabbing old witches as I go along, then it's kind of tough. He doesn't have like a lot of payload power right now, but very easy for him to get to a point of either doing like grave robber stuff or kind of whatever, to be honest. Using the expand think you're just gonna get there. It's a lot of forces. I mean, I can keep trying to buy. I can keep trying to buy provinces. Just as a who knows what. Now this is the crypt. Now if I'd drawn the crypt last turn, would look a little different. Not really, but now I'm gonna get 2 or 3 more curses. Maybe all the curses. He may just wish all of them into curses, basically. If he's stuck, he can go to cavalry, of course. May just be a lesson in don't mix, and just sort of don't mix Smithy Page. Although I didn't get punished on Page, I did get kind of wrecked on Treasure Hunter step. The other steps actually I was pretty lucky. It's funny once you play your champion, you can't trash the curses. Pretty sad about the crypts were mostly good crypt hands as far as I could reasonably expect. Better than I would have thought on average. The Legionary is just, sort of insult to injury here. I don't know. It's not really that good, but it is, it feels good to do it. Like right here, it's gonna probably help me a little bit. I mean, you might as well take the last cavalry, right? So you wouldn't do it in that order, but I do think the Legionary was pretty bad. Obviously, he could have known kind of what my hand was, to be honest. I mean, no one's going to track it in a game like this, but it was at least in theory possible. So I think the Legionary, again, it's like quibbling. He can, it could be a duchy, right? It could be anything. It doesn't matter. It's not really affecting his winning chances, but it still looks like not a good gain to me. Well, we did not find the champion. Alright, we can stop now. Good enough. I'm satisfied. Alright, game 4. Here we come. Probably should have done. Did I have 2-5 or 5-2? I had 5-2, right? I couldn't do the page in the cavalry blind. Maybe I did have 2-5 and I just screwed the pooch. I don't think I did. That classic APO scrying pool together. As they're always meant to be. Payload here is very bad. There's tons and tons of draw. The only payload is mine. Basically. And then you could just have golds and then sanctuary, but the payload is very bad. Altar is a little bit, but I'm not super clear on the deck because nothing's any good. It's like you can do a pool. There's obviously a pool can draw a bunch of cards, but it's not. There's an action payload. You're not going to have 10 scavengers. Guess you could try having 10 scavengers. And it still may be worth doing. Otherwise, you can go with the duration draw stuff, which probably works, but it's gonna be a little bit weirder. You don't have to bother with a pool for it, I guess, is the upside. And of course, scrying pool attack isn't 0. So they go. I'm gonna try and skip. This is, especially if the scavenger misses, this is not the draw. Okay, this is officially not the draw. This is better though. If we find this silver at some point, we'd be in good shape, I should say. I'm trying to think now. The thing is that you don't need a lot of stuff. To make this work. This was a little sad. Maybe more than a little. You can just start greening once you can afford a province. If you want. It's probably still APO. It's probably not pool yet, to be honest, for them. I mean, if you're getting potion, you don't have to get potion. I do need an altar. I don't really need a necro. 1, 2, 3, I have 10. Now they make big pool. This was unfortunate. A little bit unfortunate. I guess it's better to have copper in exile. The real question is, when am I buying my mine? I guess there's like a thing you can do here. With maybe with I mean, you could do a bunch of duchy gaining if you wanted to. How many silver? I have 2 silver, so potentially mine gives me plus. And everything else could just be I don't really know what they're gonna gain with all those altars. I mean, there's stuff to gain, but I guess you can rebuy coppers. What am I trying to do this turn? Do I want to buy a gold? Well, turns out I could have done so even whilst exiling. As they say. They don't say that. I probably just want to top deck the Haunted Woods, in all honesty. In fact, it's not super. Yeah, I mean, I probably discard. It's got a bunch of the. I'm still trying to figure this out. At some point we want to buy province. The main question for me is mine worth it? It gives me $1 of payload a turn. But a lot of the coppers are just going to get trashed. I mean, I can bring them out. Commander attack. Can't tell. I'll just do this. Just in case. Perfect timing, if I do say so myself. Okay. I was going to say this is potentially sad, but it did not end up being especially sad. At least not at this point. There's still kind of a sad draw that's possible. Need to get... He is basically going for having 1 million scavengers, I guess. We didn't hit the sad draw. Though we did hit the, well, this is sort of a sad draw, to be honest. Okay, so my goal here... Hey, your deck. That's exciting. Now you alter the necropolis to get 2 coppers back, and then... I don't know. Oh, they still have OE. Okay. I'm a little. I might have taken a mine. This would be an example of the mine potion combo that been so recently featured in our hearts and minds. You may be thinking about province. Unfortunately, Burning Skull has more money than me, and more gains and more draw. But does he have as much heart? Probably. His whole head's on fire. That's got to be coming from somewhere. I do kind of love I don't know why you empty I don't exactly get emptying the farming villages. I don't like need them. But I do love the scavenger as payload deck. Watch this. Boom. They never saw it coming. Settlers draw. Power combo. We'll see you all at the... Okay. So, how much money do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a pretty good amount of money. Good for me, you know? That's what I say. Good for me. I guess I could get to double. And also, you know, we're going to do this bidding stuff, so it would be okay to have money. All right, so I had $14, now I have $17. That's good to know. Probably one of the dollars is kind of spoken for. We'll see. We'll see what Burning Skull thinks about this situation. And then we'll adjust accordingly. I think it's going to be a little complicated, actually. I don't know how much money he has. He had 10. I guess the good news was he didn't actually have more money than me, it turns out. I just had bottom decked the silver, so I thought my money was a bunch lower. I do have more money, which is good. And they also didn't add money, they just added 1 million farming villages for some reason. That part's still not super clear to me. So anyway, they have $12 in deck, as far as I can tell. Maybe a little less, because they hadn't... I mean... What is their angle here? I can just, if I give them the 8, let's say I give them the 8. They bid 11. So that's like all their money. Then this turn I double province. Add another sanctuary. I guess I don't know if I strictly draw everything, but I overdrew by 1 last time. So I did the seller's trick, so I guess I have exact draw. Probably not, because I bought... I mean, I did exile some stuff. I don't know, I may be short draw, to be honest. Let me think. So basically, this turn he'll do some altar stuff, but he doesn't have a lot of fuel for that. And then he can't really buy anything. He can maybe buy whatever, I don't know. And then in my turn, let's say I double, then I'm at 21 already to 8. Roughly, they may score a little bit. I mean, if I stay clean, it's all okay. I guess there's a chance I don't fully stay clean. There may be some places where I miss. The other option is I can just take the 8 on their turn. They can't. Maybe they can get to double. On my turn, I can probably double dutchy. Something like that. And go up to 17. They might be able to go to 12. I can just score and clean up a bit. The two options aren't super clear to me. I'm afraid I'm missing something. It feels like either one is okay. But it does feel like I'd rather the game be shorter, which would favor me not taking the debt. I think. Just gonna put a pool on top, I suppose. I may be sort of assuming something will work that won't actually work. Would have been even cooler if you got a mine. That would have been cool. Gotta play that necro. Now a mine, that would have been cool. Is he gonna exile? He is. You bet. You bet. Okay. Yeah, now I need to literally talk my things out loud. Watch this. Too strong. Rebalance. Nine, 11, 12. If they double, I don't know that I can double. They're gonna, well, they don't have the sanctuary, so they're kind of, the amount of green they're gonna throw in here may be a little bit scary. I'm not sure. So I cannot double province, that's just gonna lose. No one has triple yet. I can triple duchy. So it gives me, it's a bit of an issue. Yeah, it's sort of a problem. The way I would have to do it isn't ideal, to put it lightly. I would have to trash a settlers, I think. I may not even have the option, so. Okay. Oh, no. I was thinking quad duchy, actually. Which I don't have to do quad duchy. I can just do triple. Well, okay, I don't know exactly what I have now. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, $14. I mean, I mostly got everything played that like really needed to be played. Like if this had been a Haunted Woods rather than a scavenger on the bottom, that would have been pretty bad. So anyway, quad duchy is certainly not in the cards. Double province isn't either. Single looks immediately losing. This is kind of awkward now because it's very easy to just. I mean, they may be a little worried about threat that they don't necessarily need to worry about. It's kind of would be the hope, I guess. Because I can't actually draw enough of this stuff. If they double, the problem is they're going to be able to double and take the 2 duchies, I think. Very close to it. I mean, I guess that's assuming that we may need a stop. We may need a dud, or at least partial dud, which could change what we're doing here for sure. So we should think about it. So they score 18 points. They go to 44. I'm not going to catch that ever. I mean, the duchies will be gone, so I certainly am not catching that. It's probably not technically half VP, but very, very, very close to it, if not there. Maybe exactly half. So that's the question. I mean, if they draw and they can do double province, double duchy, then I'm pretty much out of luck regardless. So I need at least a partial dud. I assume they have the fuel to make that happen. I mean, even if they're just like not playing Haunted Woods, they don't need much. They don't need much to make that happen. They also top decked a pool, I'm pretty sure. No, they didn't top deck a pool. They can dud. I think I need a partial dud anyway. Though in that case, I probably didn't need to gain this duchy. I mean, I may still need the points even in the case of a duddy. Somewhat dud. I'm not beating 44. He gets 44 if he draws deck, so we're just playing for whether they draw deck. We have the scavenger now, so there's some possibility of adding coppers and being not super bummed about it. At least one seems reasonable to me. Oh, they played a Haunted Woods, right. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna dud, but still, I think I had to do it. Oh, that's sad. I'll wait till the whole deck is in hand, but once it is, I can just GG. May already have the 16 in hand as well. That's not like... My conclusion was that I think they still had 2 altars. My conclusion was I was just toast unless there was some sort of dead. And I think that was correct. Now, I don't know that my buys perfectly matched up with that logic, because I think maybe I didn't need both dead Gs for that particular path to victory. But, you know, the province was probably necessary for that angle. Desperation buys a cursed gains account. That's exciting. That's an exciting open. Should it be mimicked? We have to ask ourselves. There's literally nothing to do here. The gains are too awful. The real question is, do you desperation to buy a merchant? To buy a silver for plus 2 VP? All right, I'm reading Discord instead of playing Dominion. I'm sorry, Burning Skull. I'm so sorry. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Is the count thing reasonable? I mean, it's probably reasonable. I don't know if it's good. You could just trash down to have some conspirator stuff. Guess. It's like, what are you doing? What are you even doing here? You could play without count. You could try to play without count. Screw it. I don't want to open a curse. That's not. That's not right thinking. They bought a Corey. That's incredible. Corey is pretty good for like Basilica stuff here. Then you can Desperation buy a copper and get 2 points. It's an amazing combination. The stables is nice. I could have probably opened Quarry. This is fun though. I guess I'm guaranteed to hit copper here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is this crap? What did he do with his count? He just bought a stable. He's going for get a big hand with stables and then trash. He's going for that. He's all about it. He's also getting some Basilica points, I guess, along the way. Playing the stables until... This is fine. This was not a good shuffle. Oh yeah, Conspirator does the thing. Cool. Pretty cool. I mean, Necromancer makes Conspirator do the thing. What a neat game. Beast School is all about that don't trash with count life. This was sort of sad. You know, relatively. I mean, it was fine actually. It was a fine turn. I would have liked to get Basilica points, but B-Skull is secretly using count to never trash. Secretly. Does he even have a silver? Okay. This is pretty good trigger. I'm not hitting... I'm trying to figure out when it's worth what the Basilica balance is supposed to be here. Because I really would have rather purchased the stables. But like, what can you do? I don't know if he's gonna keep, like if they buy a Conspirator also, or what? I'm also, I guess the rest of the stuff here is pretty bad. It would be kind of nice to have a I could just Basilica Province. I'm not gonna make it through the deck going that way though. Not in general. I swear. I've trashed 1 copper. I have 7 treasures. I swear if it happens. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed my run. I hope it was fun for everybody. But that's it. Dominion retirement upcoming. There's a bunch of cards I can draw that do it too. I have 2 other stables, 2 conspirators, I guess, and the estate. So there's literally 5 cards that can do it to me. One of them's on top of my deck. I swear, Truffles. If you celebrate. No, you can celebrate. It'll be the end of the line for me though. So what's the sitch? There's 15 cards in deck. 5 of them are stop cards. 1 of them is just a cantrip, basically Necro's neutral. So 14. I have 7 treasures, right? Oh, there's horses too. There's a couple horses. Well, like I said, it's been fun. I hope we all learned a lot about ourselves, about each other. This was like an innocent deck construction too. I don't have that many stables. I have a ton of treasure. I had the horses. Maybe something bad's happening to Burning Skull. I mean, there is one bad thing happening in Burning Skull, which is the open curse count hasn't trashed yet. So that's something. To be sure. I have to be somewhat careful I'm not creating the same situation for myself here in a second. I don't know how much to build here also. There's maybe something to be said for throwing a horse in the trash. At this point, anyway. Do we just try and play around and play the stables again? This is like literally very, very close to dud again. I mean, it doesn't have stables in it, but okay, anyway. I just don't know how much you can do here. It's really hard to hold VP and it's hard to gain VP. It's just hard to gain stuff. It's either province now or take like another stable. Can certainly put some pressure on them. He's probably gonna buy a necromancer. Did make them labs. It was pretty friendly of me. Ideally, we don't have to play all these horses and we still get to slay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 7. Okay, so this is not a trigger I want to do. But we do have 8. There's okay. This is fine. I mean, relatively. Did Burning Skull ever trash? Maybe they did trash once. I'm not really watching the turns. This is not my finest. Oh, they trashed turn 10. I wonder if that had happened by the time I said the thing about it not happening. This will probably just be a necromancer for me. Okay, they didn't have a good turn either. I mean, if I can get to 4 provinces, it's pretty, 4 or 5 at least, it's pretty tough to come back here. And of course I can push, you know, my 5th province, I can desperation for it if I have to. The way my turns work, it's sort of like this. It's like a totally nothing turn. Or like a $12 or $10, whatever it is. But it's still, there's something there, right? Already gaining duchy. I don't think their deck holds duchies very well, to be honest. Jeez. I had stacked a nightmare of a shuffle. I get to rescue it a little bit, but holy cow. Definitely it's like valuable that they have this option to gain duchies, but I don't think the deck holds them all that well. They don't really have a lot of draw. So it's not, at this point, too terribly scary. What do I have? There are like stables down in there. Are there treasures? There are definitely horses down in there as well. I believe. There's a horse anyway. I'm gonna say this is a stop. I mean, the thing that is possible to try is to try and get around to another, to get around to the sleigh again, but I don't expect Burning Skull to be able to consistently province plus duchy in general here. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of what they would need to do to catch up. Or that, or have me draw more nightmare hands, which I seem relatively good at. So hopefully he can't keep doing that, though. You know, maybe he can. Is it worth it to blow up one of the horses? Oh my gosh, that was so scary. This is still scary. I think my deck is just a million times worse than I think it thought it was. Is probably the moral of this story. Well, I kind of knew it was bad. I guess there's some world where he can win here, though it's pretty far-fetched. He doesn't have any way to set it up. It would just have to be totally blind. This opening hand is terrifying for me. I mean, there's some play on it, but if we find Necromancer, it gets a lot better. Or Stables, of course. And he can just like double dutchy, I guess. And wait to see. I mean, no real guarantees that he's drawing through stuff either. Okay, he's not doing the. I mean, he was never going to go for that because it's just not going to happen, and possibly impossible depending on the contents of his hands. I guess he can set it up actually. Never mind, he can set it up. So maybe he had to play the Necromancer, or he didn't think of it. He either had to play the Necromancer or didn't think of it, because he can set it up, which I totally forgot. Now it requires having certain amounts of money as well, so it's not like free. But you only need $6, right? Because you can Desperation. Yeah, I mean, I just have to go for it here and see what I get, and then, you know, probably buy Province if I can afford it, and then probably lose. Okay, this ain't it. I mean, this is quite bad. Well, it's quite bad is probably an exaggeration, right? There's still some draw in the deck. Anyway, he just has to hit 6 and dead or count. Okay, he didn't. He didn't. Thank goodness. Now I just have to hit 6. I really don't want to discard the. Unfortunately, a bunch of my money is not in the deck. He did only get 2 points there, though, so even if we just buy a duchy, it gets. If we straight buy a duchy, it's much harder for him. It becomes much harder. Okay, this is game. Very lucky reshuffle of that shuffle to top deck all that stuff. Very lucky. I mean, I had some bad turns. I think the one where I had Necro Slay was not, one, it wasn't so bad, and two, it was probably fairly likely. The straight up I'm super confused now. I guess I have to win the last. He had already won 3. My scoreboard says I'm just going insane. I just don't know what's happening. Okay, it's 3-2. Burning Skull's winning. I mean, I'm losing my mind. Uh, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. You got the old mastermind. You got the governors. Silver seems pretty easy. Probably silver scavenger. You got the displace. Displace is always fun. Probably you want the sauna. The trashing seems valuable. I'm not gonna open it, but I think you probably do pick one up at least. You're gonna have silvers, and you really, really don't want your coppers in estates. 5-2 is pretty bad here. You could do displace or tormentor. It's okay. I mean, they're good fives. I just think the silver is relatively good here. But they're definitely some good fives. It's not that sad of a 5-2. I think torment or displace is pretty easy. Between the two, I don't feel super strongly. I might lean tormentor. Okay, he goes with tormentor. Okay, now they get to displace. Seems perfectly good. I will follow. Scavenger on top here would be very, very nice. Yay me. I guess we'll just put the displays up here. There's gonna be some point where we go ahead and take the... Okay, this was a little unfortunate. We could get a plaza, though I don't really love it. I mean, I just have these two terminals and the deck's still really big. Bad Omens. Pretty sad. Well, you know. Not that sad. Oh, we did get arena points, so we get a little compensation. I'm not 100% sure I'm ready for that, but whatever. I'm gonna be real sad if he gets to trash 2 here. Okay. Not sad. I don't even know if he had his silver, to be totally honest. So. Living that arena lifestyle. I bought the scavenger to discard it to arena. I would like to get it butterflied. That just hasn't happened yet. The imps are nice, for sure. For sure. This is either going to be really great. I guess I can guarantee it. There's a few different things I can guarantee. 2 trashes is really nice, though. I think. Seems like it to me. What do I know? Didn't find Plaza. Otherwise, you'd just be clicking it. This is probably another mastermind. But could be a governor. Okay, seems fair. The imps are great. I really need to. I kind of hate to draw them cards here, but okay. All I have on top is a scavenger as far as mastermind targets. So that's certainly a bit scary. I don't feel real great. I don't really want to expose the... This is actually kind of hard. I think we trash. And I think we try and get the other mastermind via gain and play. We really would like another mastermind, but I think we just gotta try for it via gain and play. So I'm trying to think if we buy a silver for that purpose. It's totally reasonable. Whether it's best is the question. And we have the gold now for buying stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we get a good draw here. I guess we don't need the silver necessarily. We have the golds themselves. He's probably a little bit ahead, though not as trashed. But can easily catch that here. He does have the imps though, so that probably makes up for that part of it. If I had to guess. I'm a bit ahead on the governors. This is a hard board to play. Envious hurts a little bit. I can just play around it by trying to focus a little more on displacing and remodeling. But definitely gonna feel it, I think, this turn. I wonder if he'll province. vice governor. Seems about right. I could probably empty the remodel or empty the governors. Get pretty close. Well, maybe the both of us together could do it. I mean, I'm already holding. I mean, I have to play the mastermind. But other than that, I'm already holding enough gains to empty the governors here. But I do have to play the mastermind. I mean, if we're gonna do any remodeling, now is the time. I can try not to do any more remodeling beyond this. Or I can do the last of it right now. Oh, I don't have another mastermind. We gotta do that. We gotta get one of those. It would be kind of good to kill the other coppers, though it would also be kind of good to get the butterfly some stuff. It'd also be probably pretty good to play more masterminds this turn than this amount. If possible. I'm drawing him a lot of cards. Oh wait, that's an act. Then there's an action problem, isn't there? Gotta think this through. That is an action problem. Actually, Jesus. I'm playing this so dumb. Sorry. Okay, so I gotta think this. I've got one mastermind in there. I probably want it. Do I need the Son anymore? I don't. I'm going to need... I would like to play 3. Okay. I think... this is how I would like to do it. I think the question... I'm not at all convinced that was the way to do it. There is a question here of how much... I'm gonna get 3 tripled actions. I can probably do... quite a few. I'm just looking to do like 5 provinces. Five or 6 provinces, and just hope that that's sufficient. I don't think duchies are very... I think it'll be a little bit hard to come back on duchies. Guess the other thing you can do here is pile out potentially. It's pretty hard to gain the plazas, actually, empty the plazas. Pretty easy to empty the masterminds. Maybe possible to empty... okay, well, never... well, that... the buy doesn't actually matter that much for that part of it. Because, like, all I'm worried about... okay. I wonder if displacing mastermind is possible. Probably not. This wasn't that much of a turn for them. I have to think hard about this because losing the card is not that great. I mean, I can try to empty... I'm going to play 9... okay, I get 9 tripled things. 9, whatever, you know what I mean. I'm going to play 3 actions 3 times. And then I need, so it would take 10 gains. I would have a couple 4s. I could chain the displaces a little bit. He's probably buying a province. I think my best bet is just trying to maximize province gains. I think 5 should be easy. And then the question is, how much further than 5 can we get? But I don't think for instance, I don't think I'm getting the plazas emptied, so I don't think this helps me. And if they go lower, if they lower the provinces further, unless they take like 5 of them, I should be fine. This silver cane is actually kind of annoying. Well, if he draws me another card, then it's fine, but the way it is currently is sort of annoying. Okay, now it's fine again. So my goal is to get to the 3 golds, then displace them, then gain the golds back, then draw stuff. And then hopefully go to 5, hopefully 6 provinces. I think it's all doable. Maybe even 7 is doable. We're gonna have the cash from the silvers. I think I would even be able to go further and say that it's guaranteed. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to play Tracer Mario. And I will catch y'all later.